Hi, I'm James Suckling, European Bureau Chief of the Wine Spectator. We're here in Tuscany at my house. I just finished a tasting of close to 1,500 wines, so I thought it'd be fun to go over what's happening in whites. I'm sure most of you have had Pinot Grigio. That's probably the most famous white wine from Italy at the moment, because it's a wine that's easy to drink, light, not much wood, if at all, and super fun, just nothing to really think about. But that doesn't mean there aren't some great Pinot Grigios, such as this one from San Michele Epan from Alto Adige. It's their San Valentine range. This is the 204, so it can age pretty well, but generally I like drinking them as young as possible. Has a little bit of wood, it's been aged in wood, so you get a little bit of vanilla character. Let's try it out. Aromas of tropical fruits, mangoes, vanilla. Gorgeous, even peaches. This is not your bog standard, easygoing Pinot Grigio. This is like drinking a great Chardonnay. Now let's move on to some other wines, just so you get an idea of what's some of the top ones out there. Because Italy is interesting. You have wines that can be made from international varietals, like this quartz from Alto Adige, from the cooperative of Terlano. I think it's one of the best whites going in Italy, and it's made from Sauvignon Blanc. So it could be a little bit like a Loire wine, but with a little bit of wood. Rich, powerful, fantastic. Another one, Dreams, which is from Yerman, a Chardonnay, the full Burgundy, batonnage, wood. I mean, this is a dead ringer for a Merceau. So another great wine from Italy. Then we move on to more typical whites, made from varieties that you only find in Italy, like Garganiga, which makes Soave. Soavia is a great wine, fresh, lots of character. I think that it's harder to compare to wines you might get in California or the New World, but I think you'd love this. And let's move to the south. We have Terre d'Ora's Fiano di Avellino, which is a white from the hillsides near Vesuvio, the famous volcano near Naples. Sometimes I think it reminds me of Riesling with a minerally, slightly spicy, lemony character. Another wonderful wine, and they age well. And then another thing that Italians do well, which I think is super exciting, is vintage Tunina, a wine like this, where they actually use grape varieties and they blend them, sort of like a Bordeaux. And they use, for example, this wine, Sauvignon Blanc, Chardonnay, Malvasia, Piccoli, all of them are blended together, vinified, and then aged for about 10 to 12 months in wood. And this is really one of the most famous wines in Italy. Italians love it, hard to find in the US, but if you can, you won't be disappointed.